You're watching Pyro Media Network.
I can't let them take my soul. Nah, no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, no. See, we was cool right before it hit the fence. But it hit the fan when I got him down at the bench. But I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these cause my last name ain't Kent. Cooking on the stove, that's the way you pay the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she pays tuition. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get you. Yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs, but right now my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone.
If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience with us is fruitful. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. And we do hope you consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
And you better talk to me nicely. Next to blow, little bitch, I might be. Oh, can't forget all the days they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get advice from no. Talk to me nicely. I noticed they hit it, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get advice from no. We on top, flipping the bird, they going sick. But I'ma make a meet every.
Hey, everybody, it is I Hope Giselle, and I am back with another episode of I Have Thoughts, okay? So we missed y'all last week because we had President's Day, and I just want to say real quick, who actually celebrates President's Day, y'all? Like, who out here really, like, knows, like, the purpose of President's Day? I don't, look, like, I just be like, what's, like, why do we, like, I'm happy to get off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy to not be at work, but I also kind of be like, what's the point? You know, it feels like one of those, like, interesting white people's holidays that they used to use to make sure that, like, they could, like, clean themselves, like, back in the, like, 1800s or, like, whenever the fuck presidents became a thing. Don't do that to me. Because I saw somebody go, I know this bitch didn't just say whenever they made presidents a thing. I'd been out of school for a very long time, okay? And I did not do my research before I decided to read President's Day. So yes, I'm reading without knowing my facts, but you're not gonna come for me. I'm just saying, I know we all be happy to get off, but who actually knows, like, why, right? You know, like, what the fuck, right? So I'm just saying. But anyway, so we didn't have a show last week because of President's Day, and that was cute or whatever, but we are back and immediately with the shenanigans this week, okay? So y'all's ex-president, Donald Trump, is up to his old shenanigans again, y'all, child. And then we got some folks on Fox News acting up. There's just a lot of things. When we talk about Donald Trump and Fox News, it's like the Siamese twins that refuse to get unconjoined. Like, y'all remember when we was growing up, they had that same story of those conjoined little boys at the head. And then, like, we watched it, even though we had seen it already 45 times because it was so interesting to watch those little boys get snatched apart by the brain. And it's just like one of those, like, Fox News and Donald Trump just have a very symbiotic relationship where they can't get away from one another. And I want y'all to watch this clip because Fox News be telling us that they don't like Black people without telling us that they don't like Black people. But I feel like this was the first time that they directly just went on ahead and said it. But I'm going to let y'all be the judge. Watch the clip. Just watch.
Even the sneaker thing. I was on social media last night. Very interesting as you see Black support eroding from Joe Biden. This is connecting with Black America because they love sneakers. They're into sneakers. They love this is a big deal, certainly in the inner city. So when you have Trump roll out his sneaker line, they're like, wait a minute, this is cool. He's reaching them on a level that defies and is above politics. The culture always trumps politics. And Trump understands culture like no politician I've ever seen.
Question for you on that point, though.
Yeah.
Will the people that are excited about the sneakers and excited about Donald Trump, will that translate into them going out and voting?
Let me tell y'all something. Let me answer that question for you, Miss White Lady. Hell, fuck no. Okay? Look at these ugly ass shoes. These are the sneakers in question. And actually, production, I was going to say, I need you to make me small so that the people can really get into the details of these shoes. If these ain't the Captain America ones, if I've never seen a shoe that embodies KKKism, this is it, right? If you ever wanted a shoe that says, I will hang your grandma and them from a tree, and even though I haven't personally just yet, my granddaddy and my forefathers in them have, this is that shoe, okay? These are the golden hanger nigga 11s, okay? Like, I don't understand who on the design team was like, and you know what? Let's make them metallic gold, right? There was a Karen in the room. No. Karen didn't do this, right? This is a little bit too stylish for Karen. This is a Bethany. A Bethany was in the room. A brunette Bethany with green eyes was in the room. And she was like, you know what? Let's make them metallic gold, bitch. And somebody in the room gave vibes, okay? Somebody in the room on the marketing team ate that shit the fuck up and was like, yes, paint them gold. Because Trump ain't have nothing to do with this. Trump had nothing. Trump said, whatever y'all can do to get me some black support, go ahead and do that. But Trump didn't say, go ahead and make them sneakers. Trump did not say make the KKK 11s. Trump did not say make them hang a nigga 12s. Trump did not say make them fuck 9. Make them fuck 9 number ones, okay? He did not say that. That man did not make these shoes, okay? He did not create these monstrosities and then decided if painting them gold, adding an American flag motif wasn't enough, I'm gonna put a little T on the side. You know, Nike got the swoosh. I'm gonna put a little T on the side. That's gonna eat him up, right? Like Trump was not in his little chair with his little fingers on his design pad going, you know what'll really fuck him up? Y'all know what'll really do them in? Wait, do you know what'll really do them in? Do you know? I'm a businessman. So let me tell you. I think personally that drop a T on the side. Drop a T on the side. Y'all know how he does. When he really think he done spit some hot fire, he'll lean in real fast. He does the walk. He does the two-sided walk away, and then he back up like he just said some shit. Like whenever he's about to say some shit that he think is just fire, he's like, I mean, you know, fuck black people, right? Like Trump is one of those people that has a signature staple. This was not him. This idea was not him. This was not Trump. This is no. But the fact of the matter is that this news correspondent had the nerve to say Trump understands culture like no other. Who? Whose culture? Whose culture does Trump understand better than anybody? Because it can't be Black culture. And the caucasity that you had and the gumption and the unmitigated gall that you had to think that you ate that on Fox News was even more like egregious than the actual idea that Black people are going to go and vote for Trump because he made a sneaker. I really want y'all to stop telling us that y'all are racist in such overt ways that y'all think that much like chicken and watermelon, that sneakers are going to bring the Black people to the voting yard. And especially coming from Donald motherfucking Trump. We have an entire song where the basis of this song literally says, fuck Donald Trump, fuck Donald Trump, There's a song written by Black folk, for Black folk, to Black folk that says, fuck this man. And y'all thought that sneakers was gonna make us go vote for this nigga, especially these ugly ass ones. I cannot deal, okay? I cannot deal. You can't explain what you can't explain. I can't, okay? I can't explain it. I cannot explain it because who the fuck? Who the fuck? Bruv, bruh, nobody is buying these. Like, and when I say nobody is buying these, let me be very clear, because some niggas is buying these, right? But no nigga in his right mind is going to convert from being a Democrat to a Republican because of these. Because that is that's what y'all are low key lightweight trying to infer, is that somehow these whip a nigga 12s are going to be the thing that changes somebody from a Democrat to a Republican, or changes somebody who has a swing vote to a complete Trump. Like, sneakers are not going to do it. And the fact that y'all bluntly and boldly sat on the news and said it with your chest, okay, your Neanderthalian chest, the fact that you sat up there with your man-boobed chest and said in full force that these are going to be the thing that sweeps the culture and that gets him to, like, do, girl, bye. Ain't nobody buying this but dumbass niggas, okay, and jigaboos. That's number one. And white folks who want to show other people in a stylish way that they lynch niggas, or that they would lynch a nigga if given the opportunity. That is all these are going to be. When I see these walking down the street, these are going to be the new MAGA hat. When I see you walking around in the lynch a nigga 12s, all you're telling me is that you are willing, or would be willing, to fuck me up if given the opportunity legally. And sometimes illegally, because y'all really don't give a fuck. And half of y'all get away with it half the time. I can't. And if this was the best design for a sneaker y'all could come up with, I am praying for the design industry. I really am. You ripped off Jordan's design. You ripped off Jordan's bottom. And you slapped the most white power supremacy logo vibes on this man's shoe that you possibly could, and thought, this is how I connect with the Black audience. Boy, if you don't get your ass in the, like, it just makes me want to turn into a Black mom and be like, get your ass in the, get your over here. Like, it just makes me want to look at Trump and be like, get your ass over here. God damn it, Donald, bring your ass in the house, because what the fuck is that? Stop playing in the sandbox with them motherfucking kids. They got wingworms, god damn it. And obviously you picking them up in your brain. Anyway, to something a little bit lighter, but also something that I know that some of y'all have been talking about over the last couple of days. There is an African artist who is out here ending relationships, apparently, okay? So Omah is a Nigerian artist, and for those of you all who don't know, but you listen to Afrobeats, you've probably heard one of his more popular songs, and it's called Understands. So if you've been at a brunch lately and you heard under, na 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 na, under, na na na, that's him. That's this man, okay? Just so you, in case you did not know, that song is from this man, right? That's one of my little vibes. I do enjoy the song, and while this story is about him, it's really not about him. I don't even think I want to. I think I want to explain after y'all watch. Because, bitch, at first I gave her the benefit of the doubt based on the angle that I initially saw, which I will explain after the clip. But once you see this clip, I couldn't even help sis no more. Take a look. Y'all, unfortunately, that was someone's girlfriend. Unfortunately, girlfriend. Now, let me tell y'all something. I am as liberated can be. I am as open-minded. I am as pro-woman, being, the captain of her own kingdom as you can get. But I am also now somebody's wife, okay? And even before I was somebody's wife, I was somebody's girlfriend. And this young lady, the story behind this is that this young lady went to Omah's concert, and her boyfriend and her went to this concert, and they were front barricade. I ain't gonna say front row, but they were front barricade, okay? Literally on the barricade directly in front of the stage, which means that her boyfriend not only took her to this concert, but he took her to this concert, got there early for her and him to stand at the front. Because if you've ever been to like one of these barricaded concerts, that's general admission, which means that you are not guaranteed a spot at the front of that concert unless you get there early, you pay for VIP, and then you still have to secure the spot, right? Which means they were probably there for about 4 or 5 hours before this man ever hit the stage. And that is dedication. My husband has done that for me, for people who he did not want to see. Okay, I wanted to go see Mulatto, and I made my husband get his motherfucking ass up. We paid for VIP. I wanted to be smack dab in the middle, because when that bitch said, I'm a real ass bitch from the South, like I wanted to be right there when that song came on, okay? And I was, but it took a couple of hours. It took a couple of hours. So I know from experience, and I'm giving y'all this backstory because on top of the disrespect in the dance, right? When you think about all this man had to go through, because he's a Nigerian artist who is very popular, and from the looks of her boyfriend, he's giving like he might have been African as well. And this artist makes songs not just for the ladies, he makes songs for everybody, right? Like his music is feel good. You come here. And as a fan, I'm coming, right? I too have been invited on stage with some of my favorite artists, right? The last time I was invited on stage, it was Janelle Monáe. And I took my moment, right? I took my moment. So there was a little moment. We got on the stage. We was all dancing with Janelle. It was a vibe. It was cool. They had us stand up on these little podium things. And then at the end, they had us all walk off. Now, I waited and I made sure I was the last bitch to walk off the stage because I wanted to give the people a strut, right? I wanted to give the people a little bounce, wobble, shake, right? And I did that. I took my moment so I could bounce, wobble, roll, rock off the stage because I wanted to do that. I'm a Leo. I'm a little extra. I like to be the center of attention. That's my vibe, right? And I was cute. My outfit was cute. I wanted it to be seen, goddammit. But when a male celebrity calls you on stage to do some freaky deep shit, and you got your boyfriend sitting right there, it's no way on God's green earth with the ego and the fragility of their ego as a woman that you should have got up there and behaved like that. Now, I could see if sis was giving full-fledged choreography and she was getting up there and having her moment because she wanted to get booked. Now, if she was dancing like the rent was due, I would have understood it. I would have been like, homeboy, look, this is for us to eat, bitch. Because after this video go viral, I'm finna be booked. I'm gonna be in a couple of videos, right? But you got up there and you danced on him with your purse on, nonetheless. You didn't even leave your purse. You got up there with your 4th grader shoulder purse. Okay, your 4th grader shoulder bag. And you twerked on this man like y'all were at the resident club that everybody go to. And you embarrassed the fuck out of your boyfriend. Now, before some of you all go there, Hope, why is it her ideal? And why do women always have to coax for men's egos? We don't. But if you want to be with this man, there's an idea of understanding respect. Because had that been you, and let's take it back to the Lotto concert, because Lotto's a pretty girl. She a bad bitch. A lot of niggas might want to feel up on her. Had y'all been at the Lotto concert, or had y'all been at the Tim's concert? Let me keep it in the context of the demographic of people that we're talking about, right? Had y'all been at the Tim's concert and she pulled your boyfriend on stage to do Me and You, and he been grinding on her and pumping and bumping behind Tim's, you would have a motherfucking fit, regardless of the fact that she's a Grammy Award winning artist who don't want him. So the idea that there are all of these women in the comments talking about, oh, he's fragile, that man is a celebrity, she ain't gonna never see him again, X, Y, and Z, that is besides the point. That boy probably paid for those tickets to have you enjoy that night. Like I said, the nuance behind it, because you probably wanted to be front row center. You wanted to see all of the things. He got up there early. He picked you up early. He made sure he sat through all of these opening acts that he didn't want to watch so that you could be front row center on that barricade, only for you to then, after hours of this man standing there, his feet probably killing him, he hot as fuck in that goddamn flannel jacket he had on and refused to take it off because it was a part of the drip, man. You know, like y'all know how them niggas do. So he refused to take that hot ass jacket off. It's 1,001 people around y'all. So I know he was hot. And then you get your ass up there. And instead of just enjoying the moment, doing a little 1-2 step with him, you throwing pussy at this nigga like you was ready to get pregnant on the stage. That is embarrassing for anybody. And had it been your boyfriend doing it with an attractive woman, celebrity or not, whether he was gonna see her or not, whether she was interested or not, you would feel some type of motherfucking way. It's people who are still in arguments to this motherfucking day about getting on stage with Janet Jackson back in the day. There are couples that are still having arguments about their husband getting on stage with Janet Jackson back in the day. And we know that lady don't want that man. We know that lady don't want your husband. And bitch, you are still mad about a concert that happened 20 motherfucking years ago when Janet pulled your husband on stage and simulated sex with him. So we're not going to act like these instances have not happened in the reverse and women have not been upset. And so I think that the idea that people are trying to justify this as if he's some weak man who doesn't deserve to be upset and that, you know, he's just X, Y, and Z, I think that it's insensitive. I understand why some of these men say that we as women are not, you know, creating spaces for them to feel and for them to just be, because instead of giving this man his props for not disrespecting her, for continuing to stay until the end of the show, for not cussing her out and embarrassing her when he had every right to, it would have been wrong still, but he had every right when she got off that motherfucking stage to snatch her motherfucking ass through the crowd like he was her daddy coming to pick her up from someplace she had no business being and pull her the fuck home. He had every right. And he did not do that. He held his composure. He treated her the same way that she should have been treated. And I feel like not enough people are giving him credit for that. So that's just my 2 cents. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. We're going to take a break and be right back.
Talk to me nicely, Next to blow, little bitch, I might be. Oh. Can't forget all the days they overpriced me. So now that we
Because self-care should be luxurious. Luxe Noir.
Hey pilots, did you know that you can now catch the electrifying sounds of Bulletin Flight Radio anywhere you go? Yes, you heard it right. Tune in to the high-flying beats and soaring melodies by downloading the TuneIn app on your mobile device. Just search for Bulletin Flight Radio and hit play. It's that easy. And if you have a smart device like Alexa or Google, just say, hey Google or Alexa, play Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn. Experience the rush of adrenaline wherever you are. Listen to Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn using your Alexa or Google devices. Soaring through the skies has never sounded this good. Don't miss out on the ultimate musical journey. Tune in now to Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn and let the music take you on an unforgettable ride. Get ready to elevate your listening experience. Brought to you by Bulletin Flight Radio.
Are you ready for enlightening conversations that transcend boundaries? Get ready for Conversations with Clergy, brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network. In partnership with the world's largest publicly funded international collaboration, the HVTN is dedicated to evaluating vaccines to prevent HIV and COVID-19. But their impact doesn't stop there. The HVTN is at the forefront of advancing vaccinology, social and behavioral sciences, statistics, immunology, and even contributing to the research on tuberculosis and COVID-19 vaccines. By supporting Conversations with Clergy, the HVTN not only brings you thought-provoking discussions, but also contributes to the global effort to combat infectious diseases. Tune in, stay informed, and be a part of the change. Conversations with Clergy, supported by the HVTN, empowering conversations, empowering lives. Join us in this journey of knowledge, understanding, and progress. Conversations with Clergy, proudly brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network, because together we can make a difference.
I noticed they hit it, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get it.
Hey, everybody. I am back with the second half of the show. In case you missed it, we already talked about Trump and those disgusting sneakers. And we also went over that Omah issue at the concert. If you didn't see it, you got to go back and watch it because, baby, that girlfriend was disrespectful. That's just my opinion, but you leave yours in the comments. Last and not least, we're going to get into something that's a little bit controversial, but something that I really want to talk about. So as I'm sitting here running my mouth and talking about things that have nothing to do with me and ain't really none of my business, let's talk about the queen and one of the best people in the business to do this, and that is Wendy Williams. Whether you love Wendy Williams or hate Wendy Williams, we have to admit that all of us tuned in for all of her shenanigans. Whether it be things that we agree with her about or things that we disagree with her about, the queen was still the queen of daytime talk and radio for over 20 years. And Wendy Williams is still to be respected as it pertains to talk show and radio and all things gossip. She gave us some of the best comments between her and Mariah Carey and her and Whitney Houston. There are so many clips and things to go on and go over and go off of that it makes absolutely no sense. But with that being said, we've all seen the decline of Wendy Williams over the years. And I just want to say that there are so many things going on with Wendy, but I didn't realize how bad it was. So a lot of the blogs have started to talk about her diagnosis. And one of those things is dementia. The other one is aphasia. And watching this clip, I don't even want to play the clip for you all, but if you Google the clip of Wendy Williams having this conversation with Black China or Angela White, because she no longer wants to go by Black China. But her and Angela had to sit down, and real quick sidebar side note, y'all see how as a Black trans woman, I could respect the fact that Black China does not want to go by Black China anymore. And so I'm respecting the fact that she would like to be called Angela White. And I didn't make a big deal about it just because she's been Black China since I've been born. Y'all see that? Y'all see how easy it is for you to respect how somebody changes something and you just go with it because it's respectful? Y'all saw that? Okay. Anyway, so with that conversation between Wendy Williams and Angela White, in this upcoming documentary of Wendy Williams' life. And y'all, this was the first time that I think that I realized that we've lost a legend, lost an icon in the movement, and we've lost a voice that I think, whether you liked it or not, whether it was good or bad for you, we hung on to this woman's word, and her legacy is going to live on forever. And I think that one of the things that was so interesting to me, the camaraderie between Angela and Wendy when she was coherent, but there was also something very telling about the part when she wasn't coherent. And the parts of her that was pretending to remember the memories that, Angela was bringing up, and pretending to remember some of the things that she clearly did not remember saying, and feeling guilt around it, and kind of sort of feeling disgusted with some of the things that Angela was saying that she had said, right? Wendy is not some super elder. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, I believe Wendy is like maybe in her 50s. Like I could be wrong, so didn't grab the age, but I want to say I read somewhere that Wendy is in the like the upper mid 50s. And so when we think about the idea that throughout her entire career, she's given us some of the most amazing clips of our life, but now she is pushing, I think she's 59 years old. She's pushing 60 and already afflicted with, dementia and aphasia, these different things. And it's clear that her hair loss has gotten, a lot worse than what we knew it to be. Like Wendy has always been open and honest about the fact that she under her wig, but like to actually see the way that these things are affecting her. And to a degree, you all, let me get on both sides of the fence. I'm a firm believer in people getting their karma when they have fucked over people and they have made money off of fucking people over for their entire life. Not deny that some of the things that Wendy has said have ruined relationships, ended families, given people, horrible raps and all, because like I said, when you're the queen of daytime TV and talks and radio, you got to be careful with that power. And Wendy was not always responsible with the had in media. And I'm not going to take that away from those of you all who want to say, I don't feel bad for that bitch. This is karma. But what I do want to say, I wouldn't wish this type of ending to such a high legacied career on anybody. We know that Wendy would have lived for a good wig, a decent lipstick, you know what I'm saying? And the way that they have this woman out in the streets looking like a beggar is ridiculous to me. It is absolutely ridiculous to me. So when I see the clip of her sister documentary and she's crying, talking about, oh, they saying I can't take care of my sister. You can't. You can't take care of your sister when you can't take care of your sister when you have ill will towards her. You can't take care of your sister when you're still holding on to things from the last 59 of life. You can't take care of somebody when you have yet to let go of the negative feelings that you hold for them on your heart. Because I believe Wendy knew that she didn't atone for those things yet, she knew that you would not be able to forgive her on your own. And that is she made it hard for you to get close to her. Then you got this little boy out here doing this motherfucking media campaign. I ain't never seen you so much in my life. I ain't never seen so much of you in my life, little boy. To be quite honest with you, I had no idea that Wendy Williams had a son for quite. I want to say I found out Wendy Williams had a son maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And that was because she was trying to protect your image, the public eye. And she was also trying to protect herself from having anybody say anything negative about you as she did with other people's children and other people. That woman, I genuinely believe, without being in you all's household, loved and cared for you with her entire soul, while also an empire that made it possible for you to have the life that you had as a child. And while your mom might not have always there, she provided for you in a way that your father didn't, and in a way that you even admitted to. Your father did up shit to her, and while she might have deserved some of that shit, call it karma, call it the universe, call it the great awakening of her life, whatever the fuck you did, for you to decide that you're not only going to side with your father, but then turn around and spend your formidable years as your mom is deteriorating and shit about her is disgusting. It is disgusting. It is belittling. It is horrible. And granted, I have had my share of horrible experiences with my own mother. I write about them in my book. My mom has pulled a gun on me. Okay? No way that in her formidable years, there is no way that as my mom is deteriorating publicly, and get on the internet and on the interwebs and speak ill of who she is and blame her illness on her it is her fault because there's just certain shit that you do for family, even when you don't fuck with them. And I feel like, where is the fucking loyalty to that gave you the opportunities that you have to become the man that you will become? And a part of the man that you have already become and to be is a bitch ass, whack ass, lame ass nigga. And the same karma that your mama got, I hope it come back and bite you. Because there's no way that anybody on God's green earth could have talked me into publicly berating my mother the way doing in certain spaces. And I do predict it only getting worse once the documentary comes out. And I know that you think that you're being cool, that you're being cute about it, and that you're not saying too much while saying everything at the same time. But when you know that there are people and your mama got enemies and ops the best thing to do is to not comment. We're not saying that you gotta lie. I'm not saying that you have to lie about her being some golden mother goose, but it would behoove you to allow this woman to go through her time and possibly the last bit of time that she's on this earth without having to catch glimpses of you talking about how horrible she was when all she did was try to make with you. And the first chance that you got, you hopped on the bandwagon of your cheating, raggedy, low down, dirty ass father and left her. Maybe I'm too deep into it. Maybe I'm biased as a woman. Maybe I'm biased as somebody that wants to be a mother. Maybe I'm my mom fixed our relationship and I want the best for everybody else and their mom. But what I will say is, and I'm holding myself accountable for that, you all. But what I will say is, I don't like it. I don't fuck with it. Even when I didn't fuck with my mama, I didn't sit on the internet for hours and her dirty laundry out or bash her or blame her for her shit. And especially if I had known my mama was sick or some shit like that, I definitely wouldn't have been doing it. Would I have acted like her legacy wasn't her legacy in my life? No. But there's a certain way that you tell the story to protect your mother and that you should have to family, especially when they have done nothing to you in an egregious way, which I don't believe that she did. Neglectful? Absolutely. Might she have been a little blunt with you sometimes and told too much of the truth? Absolutely. But what you are doing, disgusting. What your dad did was disgusting. What your auntie is doing is disgusting. All of y'all in that family hoots with all of this tear down Wendy campaign because y'all were pressed that lady wouldn't give y'all access to her funds, or because y'all were pressed that she felt like she was the head was. And there's a way to bring a bitch down to size, but you don't do it in the days of their last motherfucking breaths. Maybe it's just me. Maybe that's just how I rock. But there's no way that I'm going to take this moment to do what y'all are doing. So I wish you well, Wendy. I'm hoping for some sort of a recovery, some sort of peace and solace. I'm hoping that you get back to yourself some way, somehow. But if I am right, like I think that I am, I hope that at some point in your ways, you at least get to do so peacefully. At least, at the very least. Here are my final thoughts this week. So what I want to let everybody know is that when we about all of the things, whether it be sneakers, whether it be Fox News, whether it be boundaries with boyfriends and girlfriends, whether it be loyalty to family, understand that you cannot expect people to move how you're going to move. This day and age, everybody is going to do what works best for them. Fox News is going to present the story that audience. Girlfriends are going to move how they move to make themselves have a viral clip, even if that means losing the relationship and the love that you built for them. And family is going to do what they want after you die. And none of those things are in your control. Loyalty is not loyal to nobody. At the end of the day, you've got to decide that you are going to accept that just because you are a nice person, just because you tell the story the way that it happened with no embellishments, just because you somebody else doesn't mean that they would do the same for you. And being okay with that is the first step in understanding the way that the world works. Because if I don't know anything else, I can't remind y'all of anything else. It's that nobody on God's green earth owes you anything. So be happy for the things that they give willingly, accept the things that you use, and do away with the things that you can't. Don't take time from anybody that you can't give back, and don't give time to anybody that you don't want to. Live you, allow others to do the same, and move in ways that make you feel comfortable, but understand that there are always going to be consequences. Use wisely. Until next time, like I say, this time and every time, I'll see y'all around. Bye, everybody.
Talk to me nicely. I noticed they heated, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get advice, we know.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.